Hello everyone, my name is Simran Bains, and I will be discussing Chapter 5, Ethics in International Business. So please take a couple of seconds to go over these learning objectives. Let's understand the ethical issues faced by international businesses a little bit more better. So 20% of the US batteries are shipped to Mexico. Then the lead is extracted from the used batteries, which then the chemicals are dispersed in the atmosphere from the factories that affect the population. For example, they develop lower intelligence, learning disabilities, impaired hearing, reduced attention span, hyperactivity, and antisocial behavior. As you can see, what is allowed in Mexico is outlawed in the United States. We wouldn't allow such chemicals to be in. Let's understand the ethical issues faced by international businesses a little bit more better. So 20% of the US batteries are shipped to Mexico. Then the lead is extracted from the used batteries, which then the chemicals are dispersed in the atmosphere from the factories that affect the population. For example, they develop lower intelligence, learning disabilities, impaired hearing, reduced attention span, hyperactivity, and antisocial behavior. As you can see, what is allowed in Mexico is outlawed in the United States. We wouldn't allow such chemicals to be in the atmosphere to affect our population. So that's an example of the ethical issues faced by international businesses. So now the causes of unethical behavior by managers. My favorite topic, ethical dilemmas. I could talk more than 5 minutes on this, but I can't right now. And corruption has been a problem in almost every society in history. For example, politics. As you can see, what has happened to Hillary with her emails, and about Benghazi and all those links. There's so much to talk about that. Every society has corruption. Nobody is with a straight face in this world. That's what I could say. That's my opinion. But now there's another ethical dilemma where United States likes to execute their murderers, and in European countries it's outlawed and considered barbaric. Here's another example where the Philippines president has killed almost 3,000 drug dealers, and Obama is concerned, saying that that's human rights. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's interesting how the Philippine president responded back, saying that you're killing 3 to 5 black people a day, and it's like, how are you going to tell me that's okay? So as you can see, those are the ethical dilemmas between the countries. Philosophical approaches to ethics. The first subject is the Friedman Doctrine. It states that the business should behave in an ethical manner and not engage in deception and fraud. Next subject, the cultural relativism. A firm should adopt the ethics of the culture in which it is operating. For example, a culture supports slavery, that is okay to use slave labor in its country then. The next subject is the righteous moralist. Claims that a multinational's home country standards of ethics are the appropriate ones for companies to follow in foreign countries. For example, if you're working for a big company, don't think your tax method will be the same in Italy. Italy will have a different method of the way they do taxes. The next subject, the naive moralist, asserts that if a manager in a multinational sees the firm from other nations are not following ethic norms in a host nation, the manager should not either. The next subject, utilitarian and Kantian ethics. To ethics hold that the moral worth of actions or practices is determined by their consequences. So explain how managers can incorporate ethical considerations into their decision making. For example, building an organization culture that places a high value on ethical behavior requires incentive and reward systems, including promotions that reward people who engage in ethical behavior and sanction those who do not. Another example, internal stakeholders are individuals or groups who work for or own the business. External stakeholders are customers, suppliers, lenders, governments, unions, local communities, and the general public. Another example, managers need to establish moral intent to be able to think through the ethical problems. And another example is moral courage enables managers to walk away from decisions that is profitable but unethical. And another example, companies can strengthen the moral courage of employees by committing themselves to not retaliate against employees who exercise moral courage, say no to superiors, or otherwise complain about unethical issues.